When I heard about C500, I thought, oh yeah, I know all about that. I grew up composting and turning off all the lights. But I really wanted some help with it, and then I found out that there was a lot I actually didn't know. We had a bit of an assessment, and generally we weren't overusing energy. It was logical to have someone around and suggest what could be done, and had a look around and told me what I could do and where all the heat was being lost. And it being a very old house, there's lots of gaps. But it had been done by the previous owners. There were things like when they'd done the addition, they'd made this solar passive area in the sunroom at the back. So it's all windows facing north, and then on the floor is a big block of concrete, which really works. It really absorbs all the sun, and it's warm in the winter. We put some clear film on the kitchen windows. I did the seals around the doors, because that was an easy one that you could buy really cheaply. It's like putting sticky tape on, and just put it around the edges of the doors. The low flow shower head was fantastic. I thought, oh, it's going to be, you know, dripping on me. And at one stage last winter it was this thin little trickle, and I thought, oh, this is what I have to do for the environment, you know, in the middle of winter. It's freezing cold and it just kind of drips on me. That's a low flow shower head. And then it occurred to me to pull it apart and clean it with a toothbrush and put it back together again, and it's just as good as one of those ones that takes 10 times as much water. I had one doona blind installed, but they're terribly expensive. They look like doonas, and they create a seal all the way around. Well, they're supposed to create a seal all the way around the window frame. And they're pretty groovy. They look kind of Japanese. And simple things like turning things off at the wall. And the computer. And even when they're on standby, there's this hum around you all the time. It's great to get rid of that. There are great gaps in the floorboards. And I've actually got the underfloor insulation that came with the house, and it's just all under here. But actually installing it was a real problem. My boys and I got under the house and tried to do it ourselves, but then I couldn't figure out, you know, how important is it to have it perfectly fitted and sealed, and should it go between the joists or across the joists? And I didn't know what I was doing, so we gave that up. Yeah, I wished that there was some follow-up. Great, we've got all the information, but now what? How do I actually implement it? And it'd be great if there was a C500 handyman.